Hi, and welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. His name is Jimmy the Bag. This is the Loshak and The Bag show for Tuesday, April 3rd. Jimmy the Bag and I coming off of a very frustrating Monday. But did you, Jimmy the Bag, you had the first half and full game under in the KC Detroit game, right? Didn't you?
I just had the first half under.
Oh, you didn't have the full... Oh, it's a San Francisco game that you have the first half and full game under on.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, how's that looking? Not that good, huh?
Bad. I mean, Gonzalez is pitching great, but Block got lit up just like Nostratota told us he was going to get lit up.
And I thought I didn't have the balls to take in Seattle. I should have took him on the first... I should have took him on the first half, Jimmy the Bag. Should have took him on the first half. You know, just a lot of times when you have a pitcher like Block, a guy who's just like obviously not that good, goes up against a pitcher like Kershaw, pitches him, duels him tight. The next start is just a start where I'm looking to fade him. Yeah, looking to fade him. Yeah, but it's just the Mariners are not a team that I want to bet on anyway. Okay. We got a huge day today. We got a huge day of evening games, and I gave a few picks in the morning. Jim gave a shit ton of picks in the morning, and I got a few more picks I'm liking, Jimmy the Bag. I got a few more picks I'm going to give.
Yes, I finished every single NBA game as well. I have a bunch of NBA plays, and I've added in. I have 3 more Major League Baseball plays. I believe I have 6 NBA plays, and I haven't added any NHL plays, but you never know with the chat and with all of us working together.
Yes, that's right. Scotty Rock Forever says, start out my day on a high note. Thanks to Jimmy and Pete. Let's keep on eating. Mr. Gogster99 says, you know what time it is. Hell yeah, you know what time it is. G-Man Hag says, Bach threw beach balls in the first. Still may go under the game total. Yes, you do see that a lot, especially when you have pitchers parks like that. Even if you get like 4 or 5 runs in the first couple innings, the game can still go under. I tried to get too fucking cute in the Angels game yesterday. I took the first 5 innings under. That one lost the full game. Under cashed easily. So all right. Hui Nu Yen says, hi, Pete and Jimmy the Bag. Hi, Hui Nu Yen. Very, very nice. Let's see. And we got some other comments here. And then, Eric Griffo. Haven't seen that name before. Jimmy the Bag, bounce back day. Yes, that's the good thing. You're never as good as you are when all the breaks are going your way, but you're also never as bad as you are when the breaks are going against you. Right, Jim?
Yes, it was a tough day. Just getting the month rolling, it was tough, and just taking a beating like that in NHL. Usually I can grab a couple of those dogs and to get 0 of them really hurt. But I feel better than I did on the early show.
Yes, okay, very nice. Yes, for anyone who missed the morning show, Jim's mood was quite foul, and it was part of me felt genuinely bad for him, and then another part of me thought it was just hilarious. You know what I'm saying? And so I made some jokes about it. But it's both. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel bad for you, and I also want to troll you when you're feeling in a shitty mood. But you understand why, because we're doing a fucking video here, Jim.
Doing a show.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we were just standing out in the hallway, I wouldn't be trolling you in the hallway with no one watching. You know what I'm saying? But when we're doing a video, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's like when we're going for sports betting. What do you're looking for low-hanging fruit in sports betting, right?
You are.
When you're doing entertainment, you're looking for low-hanging fruit jokes. You know what I'm saying? And if you're sitting next to someone who feels like shit, always a low-hanging fruit joke is to make fun of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I completely understand.
Like, remember in the Howard Stern show when they would have those, like someone would come in with the sad story, they'd be like, my entire family got cancer, and then I got cancer, they'd go, wah, wah. Remember that? Yeah. I mean, it's horrible, but it's funny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Jim?
I hear you. Well, I hit the first bet of the day, but then lost the second one.
And the reason we make jokes, you know why we make jokes, Jim? We make jokes in case we have shitty days and weeks. At least there's legitimacy for the video. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
If we knew for a fact that we were going to kick ass every day in this show and have winners every day, then I'd say, fuck it. We don't need to make any jokes at all.
No need for jokes.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I'm saying, Jimmy the Bag. Terroron says the bag has feelings too. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. The bag does have feelings too. Eric Griffo says Jimmy needs to get Pete on the beach. Get Pete a tan. How do people know that? Like, sometimes I'll go back to New York and like the female friends that I have will be like, how do you live in Costa Rica and you don't have a tan? I'm like, how do you know what I look like with a tan? But people notice that shit. It's true. I never go to the beach. I don't even leave my house in the afternoon. All right, so let's see. What else do we have? Oh, Chi-Town Beatdown says, I drank myself to sleep last night at Kelly's Tavern. Chi-Town Beatdown.
Nice.
When Jimmy and I get fired from SBR, hook us up. We'll hook us up with bartending gigs at Kelly's Tavern. We'll do our shows from there. We'll hang out. We'll hand out, like, we could have sports betting trivia night. at Kelly's Tavern. Shout out to Chi-Town, Beat-Town.
Yeah, man.
Don't worry. We're going to get to some picks, and let's just see what else. Yeah, G-Man Hag says, get Block out of there. Yeah, I hear you. When you got an under, and there's obviously some tomato can on the hill, and you're just like, Jesus Christ, take him out now. Mr. Gogster says, morning show was great. Thank you so much, Mr. Gogster. Scotty Rock Forever says, you look way better, Jimmy, laughing my ass off. All right. Let's see. Well, shout out to Dan Kelly.
Oh,
man,
look,
go ahead.
a Mutt Beast sighting.
Yeah, really?
Mutt
really?
Beast.
Mutt Beast. For first-time viewers, Mutt Beast, a man that mysterious commenter, man of few words. He just commented, nice. Apropos of what? I have no clue.
No idea.
Because we haven't given any picks yet, so it can't be referring to any picks.
No.
But Mutt Beast with the comment of nice. Man of very few words. Mysterious man of few words. But we love him. One of our all-time favorite posters.
Definitely.
Okay, commenters. All right, so let's just get into the picks, Jimmy Bag. How about that?
Yes, we got lots to get over.
Yeah, let me do a quick save here of these awesome comments, and then let's see. Hold on one second. Let me just quickly. Okay. And yes, Justin Joe says, Pete, please point out Jim is offering value picks, not minus 1,700. The record doesn't indicate the dogs he hits. Yes, once again, Jimmy's overall record in NHL is up over 30 units. ROI, I would hope for an ROI of 3 or 4% on an entire year in NHL. Jim's ROI right now is somewhere around 6, 7, 8%. Not exactly sure where it is. Jim is hitting, and as I've told him from the beginning of the year, when you do take big underdogs like that, you are inviting volatility. And that does mean you're going to look like a friggin' superhero, handicapping superhero when things go your way. You're also going to have some offers. You know what I'm saying, Jim? You're going to have your offers.
Yeah, it just, actually, when I'm going over my numbers, I've had a bad 5 or 6 days in a row, really. So, I mean, they weren't nearly as bad as yesterday, and my good days haven't been balancing out the bad days just for the last 5 or 6 days or so. March was a great month. But I took a lot of time with this NBA card. I hope we're on the same track with some of them.
Yes. And some interesting comments here coming in. Oh, Nasty Nate contributed $4.99 to, so that will be split between YouTube and the owner of SBR. The owner of SBR and YouTube thanks you, Nasty Nate. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Matt Elsie says Loshak is a sick fuck. I love him. Thank you very much. Right back at you. And then some other shit. Salty Dog says, what an entertaining show. Laughing my ass off. And another comment here is David Hutton commenting, what's Pete saying? All right. Some people enjoying the show, some people confused by the show. And Nasty Nate just donated $5 to the ownership of SBR / and the ownership of YouTube. All right, okay. Let's see what else we have. Let's do well, now there's more comments, so I have to make a very quick save of this one, and then we'll get into it. What are we going to start with, Jim? I think let's start with just review NHL and NBA, and then we'll get into MLB. All right, let's start with the NHL. Once again, in the morning show, Jim and I both like in San Jose. I took a -1. Jim took him on the puck line. I also took a no-brainer play, Philly and the Islanders first period over 1.5 -147, and that line, as usual, has gotten bet up. No surprise there. Those were my only 2 NHL picks. And Jim, I don't even know where to start because I didn't even have time to enter your picks into the spreadsheet, so I'm reading them off the page here, which is all haphazard. Jim's got, what does he have? Montreal money line plus 142. Boston money line plus 109. Devils puck line plus 128. I don't even know. What the hell else do we have? San Jose puck line plus 160. What else do we have? Columbus puck line plus 120. And is that it? Is that all you gave? 5 picks?
No, I believe.
And Arizona money line plus 117.
Yes.
6 picks.
Yes.
6 picks.
And Malcolm Subban is going to be in net for Vegas. We talked about how Vegas was going to be resting players and not trying for the last 3 games. So just a sign to get in on those plays early when these teams aren't trying. Now, obviously, I didn't think the Capitals were going to be trying last night, and that got me right in the old bottom mouth. So it doesn't always work in my favor, but that line has moved crazy
indeed.
now.
Right in the old bottom mouth. All right, Jim, let me talk to you about a couple picks that I'm thinking about. That Arizona line has crashed plus 101. I assume that's because Gillies is in goal, right? What's your read on Gillies? Civ?
I mean, we just the sample size is small, but if you were backing the Flames, you would rather not see him between the pipes.
Is he a sieve? Because I'm thinking, I don't want to take Arizona here. I'm thinking about the team total over. I did bet that one, Jimmy the Bag.
Yeah, I like the Arizona team total over. What did you get for that?
I bet it. I don't remember. I get, but very reasonable. Actually, I have it here. I don't even know, but it's. I assume it's gotten worse since I bet it, because I bet it at when Arizona was a bigger dog. But I'm gonna throw that one on there. I'm not gonna throw in Arizona on the money line, but I am gonna take the Arizona Coyotes team total over here. Let me just throw it on here. Arizona team total over 2.5, and let me just find the best line right now. At Pinnacle, we have Arizona team total over 2.5 minus 114. Very modest line there. Very modest line there for the Arizona team total. Jim, of course, gave the Arizona on the money line in the morning show. Beat that one by 15 cents. But as we saw yesterday, Jim beat the two of Jim's horrific picks. Beat the closer by 15 points.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got Edmonton a plus 170, closed at 150. Didn't matter. Got St. Louis. That one, fucking, you beat it by like 25 or 30 cents. Didn't matter.
Chi-Town beatdown. The good man from Kelly's Tavern says, I want to take the Devil's puck line. I know Rangers got some injuries. I got a source saying Lundqvist is not starting. Can you clarify that for me? We have been under the impression that Lundqvist is starting.
I will check right now what they say.
Pete is on that right now. Yes, they do have injuries. Jesper Fast and Zuccarello are hurt, which helps. I'm on the Devils puck line.
Yes,
and I took some heat for it. I did. Right? A lot of people were saying that Devils are winning games by 1 goal, and that it's not the right move. But I feel very comfortable in that spot.
Hyde and Zeke says, I'll donate $20 if Pete cuts the stash off. Well, that would do a hell of a lot for my love life in general. That's for sure. Or at least my hanging out life. Let's see. Oh, Mutt B says, no NHL for me until playoffs. Great, Mutt B. It's only like 3 more games left. But yes.
Well, Chi-Town Beatdown also says Johnny is out for Calgary. Goodrow is out for Calgary. Didn't we
know that?
No, because he's back. He's been back after his dad had the heart attack. He's been back.
Henrik Lundqvist confirmed.
That's what I expected. We capped the game with that situation. Also, I have no news here that Johnny is not in the lineup. Chi-Town. Let's see if I can get any last minute. Yeah, Johnny's good to go as far as as confirmed that. As far as I know, he's good to go. But I think we were in nice spots. But I thought we were in nice spots yesterday, so I'm quite concerned.
Actually, I felt nervous about yesterday, Jim, to be honest. I felt nervous except for I like Florida. I took a -1, and that's the only one that I didn't lose on. But I felt nervous about yesterday because we were taking, like the Buffalo play yesterday, it wasn't that we liked it. It was that the books trapped us. They were like, here you go, plus 400. You're going to take it? We were like, yes, and they trapped us. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Yes,
It was just the line, which is defensible.
I know. The Buffalo was a mistake. It was a last-minute addition that we probably didn't need to do.
All right, so I've added Arizona team total over 2.5 minus 114. And then here's another one, Jim. You took Boston in the morning show. Everyone agreed with that one. I was thinking, what about a shot with the under on this one and maybe the Tampa Bay team total under, which is 3.5 at a big favorite line. What do you think about the under? It is Vasilevsky against Rask, right?
Yes, Vasilevsky does not look good. What is it? Sorry, what did you say?
The
6.
The total is a 6, and the team total for Tampa Bay is 3.5 at minus, a big favorite line. But what do you think about Vasilevsky? Does not look good, but we're getting 6 at plus money here. Is he that bad, Vasilevsky?
No, he's not that bad, but still, with the Rangers' injuries, without McAvoy, if we just go down their depth chart on defense right now, they've got. McAvoy says here is we'll be back in the lineup. But in the fold.
So you like Boston, and because you think it's going to be a relatively high-scoring game, because the Boston team total is just 2.5 at minus 155.
Well, I'm certainly not going to add a minus 155 onto but I can understand that play being a nice spot. I'm interested in that being under 6. I find that very interesting.
I mean, not to get too deep into sports betting theory, but if you like a side in a game, then chances are you should also be liking one of the team totals, either your team's team total over or the other team's team total under. If you had to pick one here, Bruins over 2.5 minus 155 or Tampa Bay under 3.5 150, what would you take?
I would take Tampa under 3.5.
You wouldn't take Bruins over 2.5 plus minus 155.
I believe the Bruins will win this game. Therefore, I think the Lightning will be held under 3.5 goals. But I think they're both very tempting.
Very, very tempting, and they could both cash, right? Boston could win at 4-3, something like that.
Sure.
All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take both of them. I'm going to take Boston. Vasilevsky, you're not a believer in him, right?
Well, I mean, he's looked great all year, but it's tough for these young goalies who haven't had to play 65 games in the season. So it looks like he is starting to buckle, starting to hit the wall.
All right, I'm going to take the Boston over 2.5 minus 155. That's the current line at Heritage, and then the under would be 3.5 minus 150. You think that's okay with Tampa Bay? You think they get to 4 against Tuukka Rask? You believe in Rask right now?
I do. I do believe in the Bruins moving forward.
All right, I'm going to take Tampa Bay under 3.5 minus 150. Both of those might cash. If only one of them does, then I'll lose a half unit, but that's okay. Let me see. What do we have here? G-Man Hags likes the Bruins puck line and team total over 2.5. Let's see. Other comments here. Barkaman through G11 says the under is 3-0-1 last 4 meetings. You don't necessarily like the under here, though.
I do like the under. I do like the under 6. And what would the full game? What would
JK says, "Don't do it, Pete. Goals aplenty."
Well, it's always we're dealing with 2 excellent offenses. But what would you get for the under here?
Mr. Gogster 99 says, "I would not be on the under, Pete. It would be 6 about plus 105."
Oh, they're hanging a plus there too. I find it, and McAvoy's in. Well, I find it very interesting.
Oh, shit. King Rail said something funny. Zach Soblom says, laughing my ass off, King Rail. That was hilarious. Why don't you comment while I look for King Rail's hilarious comment?
Sure. I feel like, a couple things. Well, you know what? The Eson and Clint, you've made comments about games that we're not talking about right now. I've copied and pasted them so we can get to them at some point. I find that 6 quite appealing. I think the game will be very tight. I think both teams need to send messages, and I like it. I like it enough. What time does the game start?
Which one?
The Bruins Lightning game?
The Bruins Lightning game starts at 7:30 Eastern Time. 7:30 Eastern Time.
I like it. I like it enough. If they were hanging a minus line, I might be a little hesitant, but I'm going to jump on this plus line, and I will add it to my card.
Okay. Wait. Sorry, what'd you say?
I'm going to take the under 6.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
A lot of people saying don't do it.
Yeah.
You're going to do it, Jim?
Yes, I am.
All right, Jim's going to take the under, and let me find it. That's going to be a 6 plus 106 at betonlinesportsbetting.ag. Let me give Jim that one. All right, Tampa Bay under 6 plus 106. That's a play for Jimmy the Bag. All right, so I have added the 2 plays that I was thinking about. Well, I'm just taking. I'm trusting you on this one. Well, everyone's liking Boston in the morning show. Everyone.
Yes, and the lines moved in that direction.
Yeah, so if one of these cashes, then I'll be okay. I'll eat the half unit. They could both cash, though, right? The Boston team total over, Tampa Bay team total under. And I added Arizona team total over 2.5, minus 114. And what else do we have in the NHL? Just scanning on down the
line. Thing here, Clint talking about the Predators puck line getting around plus 200. He's getting Panthers on back-to-back, have a history of shitting the bed. I hear that. It's when you're dealing with one team that has everything to play for and the other team that has nothing to play for, it's a tricky spot. And I just didn't feel comfortable enough pulling the trigger on the Predators. Predators did look great in that 4-1 win at Tampa, but now everything's clinched. Everything's done. Arvidsson is going to rest, supposedly, because he's got a lower body injury. And anybody with any kind of issue is going to rest. Reimer will be in net tonight after getting lit up for 5 goals on 22 shots. Florida is completely healthy. I think it's, I just think it's
okay.
Touchy. But I could understand people liking it.
All right. Where is that? Someone said, Donald Mouse says Bruins over 2.5, a no-brainer. And also someone else likes it as well. All right. So I guess let's see. Yeah, let's see. Cody AV says, Jimmy, you like Bruins team total over 2.5 and Tampa team total under, both the same. No, Jimmy didn't give. I gave those. I'm the one who gave those. I hope they don't both lose, but I figure at least one of those got to win, right, Jim? Or very likely to.
Yes.
Flip Money says, I'm big on the Bruins team total over.
Yeah, I mean, Vasilevsky's look bad, and the Lightning need to step up in the defensive end, and they have defensively responsible forwards and defensemen, especially their defense, especially all the, with McDonough and the additions they've made. I expect them to play tighter defensively if they're capable of it, because we know that Boston can light things up in a hurry. All
right, so once again, I guess that's about it for NHL. Jim, in the morning show, I took the Islanders and Philly first period over 1.5 minus 147 at Pinnacle. Believe it or not, right now it's up to minus 170.
Jeez.
Holy shit. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
there's going to be goals there. I'm not a first period guy, but that full game probably should have been something I jumped on, but I'm not going to at this point.
Then just before we move on, Detroit-Columbus over. I know you're liking Columbus there. What do you think about Detroit-Columbus over, Jim?
I just don't trust Detroit's offense.
No, they've scored a lot recently.
Well, let's go over their last 3 games. I mean, didn't they just their last game was a 2-0 victory?
Yeah,
wasn't
but before that, they're putting up 5, 6 couple games in a row.
I mean, I don't trust this Red Wings offense. Their last few games have been against weak opponents. The Jackets are going to tighten everything up. The Jackets are playing very good hockey right now.
Okay, that's about it for NHL. Should we move on, Jim?
Yes.
Let's remind everyone what our picks are, though. Jim added the Tampa Bay under 6 plus 106. I did maybe a risky thing, but we'll see. Boston team total over 2.5 minus 155, and Tampa Bay team total under 3.5 minus 150. And I added on Arizona team total over 2.5 minus 114. In the morning show, I gave up San Jose minus 1. Jim and I both liking that one. Philly Islanders first period over minus 147. That's it for me in NHL. And Jim has a shit ton. Montreal money line, Boston money line, New Jersey puck line, Arizona money line. He got a good line on that one. San Jose puck line and that's it, right, Jim? And Columbus puck line plus 120. All right, now let's move on to an NBA. Jim didn't give any picks in the morning show. He gave one. He tailed me on the OKC total, which was 220.5 in the morning. I took the under on that one. That one's gone up a little bit, which I don't like to see. Actually, it's gone up. It's now up to 221.5 minus 110. So I'm not happy to see that. I also gave the under in the Portland-Dallas game. I also gave the under in the Charlotte-Chicago game. And that's it. There's a few other plays that I think I do want to give. I think I'm going to give maybe the under in the Washington-Houston game. I know that Houston's going to saying that they want to play here, which they probably do, but I'm not convinced they want to run up the score. Washington, I'm assuming, is going to play them relatively tight as well. So I'm thinking about under in Washington-Houston. I am thinking about the under in Miami-Atlanta still, and the Atlanta team total under. I'm thinking about that one. And I'm also leaning more towards taking Dallas plus the big points, 8.5 at home against Portland. And I'm also thinking about the under in Utah Lakers. I don't quite understand why this total is high and getting bet up. I know that recently Utah has had some higher scoring games, but they are big under trender at home. Lakers are coming off a game where they very low scoring game where they got kind of embarrassed, and I was thinking this one might sneak under there. And I was also thinking maybe about the Clippers team total over against the Spurs. Not sure I want to take the Clippers to win, but thinking about taking the Clippers team total over. That's what I'm thinking about, Jimmy the Bag. What are you looking at in terms of NBA, Jim?
Well, I am tailing you on one play. Let me get to it here. Sorry.
Wait, Jim, you said yes, you're on the Canucks?
Yeah.
When did you give that one?
I gave it in the morning.
Vancouver?
Yes, I gave the Vancouver Canucks over Vegas in the morning show. I got them at plus 157.
Oh, shit. Did I write that one down? Jesus fucking Christ. I usually don't fuck up.
You've never fucked up
Vancouver
before,
plus 157.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I did write it down, but I wrote it down very small. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry I was not reading that. Yes, Jim is also on Vancouver plus 157. I apologize for that. I did write it down.
An interesting side note is Pete has never fucked up.
No,
once.
no. I'm when I in my record keeping and all that shit, and that goes back 10 years here at SBR. That's how people. It's pretty amazing.
It's pretty amazing.
yes.
And I double check every single day.
Yes, and there was one time when Jimmy the Bag thought that I did, and he asked Wama, and it was like, no, Peter never fucks up, and he knew that, and he was right. All right, so yes, there you go. I wrote it really small. Vancouver money line plus 157. I apologize that I was not reading that in my rundown of all of Jimmy's picks. All right, so NBA, what are you liking here, Jim?
Well, first off, I'm gonna the play that you are also on. I'm on the under. Where is it? God, so many games. Blazers, Mavericks under. Blazers coming off full game under. Blazers coming off 113.98 home win over the Grizzlies on Sunday night. Magic number to clinching. The number 3 spot in the West is down to 3. 2 wins would walk up the Northwest, so they're going to keep playing tight, and they've gone ice cold from outside. That's, I mean, when you're dealing with a talented team, that doesn't mean that they're going to continue, but they've shot a league worst 27.9% from 3 over the last 6 games, coinciding with Lillard being NBA Western Conference Player of the Week. Blazers 21-16 on the road. Mavs coming off their 8th loss in 9 games. They just put up 87 points at Cleveland, a team that can't play defense. They've scored fewer than 95 points points in each of their last 3 games. Harrison Barnes has moved over to the small forward. It's worked out great. He's playing well. 22.3 points, 45% from the floor, 43.8% from beyond the arc over his last 15 games. But I am on the under here, and I like it.
Okay, the line you'll get right now, pretty much the same as I got. You're going to get 208 minus 109 in the morning show. I got 208 minus 107. 109 is right now the line at Pinnacle. What do you think about maybe taking a shot with Dallas catching 8.5 points, Jim?
Initially when I was capping this game, I expected to take that. But the more I looked into what's going on in Dallas, the idea before in the morning when I liked it more was I didn't really think the Blazers had much to play for, and but they do, and if I could see Dallas keeping it close, but I don't trust it as much as I trust the under. I just like the way Portland is playing, and Dallas has Nowitzki and Powell are questionable. Beria will be back, but they're just not producing any offense whatsoever. And but I don't hate it. I was very close to making that play.
Right. Okay. What else are you liking here, Jim?
A play that King Rail has already said he doesn't like, and Tomor has said that he does like. I am on the Nets. I saw that they were hanging in 8.5 before the show started. I hope they are still hanging. Let me check.
Brooklyn Nets 8.5. Yes, 8.5 minus 109 at Pinnacle is the best line we can give you, Jim. Yes.
Beautiful. Nets coming off 108-96 home loss to the Pistons on Sunday night. They allowed Reggie Jackson to go off. No Nets player scored more than 15 points. Brooklyn shot just 43%. They're a hot and cold shooting team, and I believe that they can step it up tonight. They've lost to the Sixers twice in the last 3 weeks, allowing 100 points in both games. But this is a different Sixers team, obviously, without Embiid and Saric. Nets are 3-3 over their past 6. They have allowed 111 points or fewer in their last 3 games. Allen Crabbe is sick. I hope he plays. Sixers coming off their 10th straight win. They're a half game behind the Cavs. I just feel like this is a letdown spot, and I'm comfortable with the Nets at +8.
All right, +8.5 on minus 109. Jeremy M has a prediction. Blazers 109-99. Wow. That's almost exactly where the lines are. I was thinking maybe I'll take in the Blazers team total under at 108, the Dallas team total under at 100. Dallas really can't score, right? Do you think that the Blazers are likely to get to 110 or higher, Jim?
I don't think it's likely they do. I don't. I think there's no reason to push the pace against a Dallas team that's scoring at a very low rate.
Yeah. I might take both team total unders. All right, what else are you liking here, Jim?
I'm on the under in Magic at Knicks. Now, this game has a ton of volatility with not knowing if Beasley's going to be in the lineup or not. We know that Cantor won't be in the lineup. Nicolina and Courtney Lee will be back in the lineup. But the Magic just can't score. They are coming off a 94-88 loss at Atlanta on Sunday night. They won 3 of 14. They've scored 170 points over the last 2 games. Simmons and Isaacs are both out of the lineup. Fournier done for the season. 7-31 on the road. I think this will be just an ugly. Oh, Tomer says that Crabbe is out. That's too bad. That hurts me. That's probably what that half-point line move came from. But yeah, I just think this is a 2 bad teams playing against each other, and I don't expect a very fast pace. Although I've been proven wrong by the Knicks before when I think they're going to just play a trashy game and they do come out and take a ton of shots. I just don't see the Magic being able to keep up either way. And if Beasley's sick, he's the only one producing legitimate offense for the Knicks. I'm on the full game under.
Okay, King Rail says the Mavs have 3 suspended players. We're going to look into that one. Let's see. You're on the full game under on the Knicks. Let's find the best line here. Orlando, New York. Wow, that line has crashed, Jimmy the Bag. It opened at 212. It's now down to 206.5 or 207.
Jesus.
Yeah,
that's crashed even since the beginning of the show.
Yeah, although BetOnline has 209, but I think that's a stale line.
I saw that as a stale line earlier.
Yeah. 207 minus 105. We could give you that if you want it, Jim.
I do.
All right. One of the things about this show, Jim, we use up to the second lines. We don't see a line here that's 207. And all right, Jim likes the under 212 in Orlando, New York. No, we don't do that shit. Up to the second lines. Jim's going to take the Knicks under 207 minus 105. That's the current line at Pinnacle. And so King Rail talking about how the let's see. All right,
Donald Mao on the under, Dan Kelly on the third quarter under in the Magic Knicks. You know that's coming straight off a hot sheet.
Yes. Yes. The Nets are off a win against Miami, says Tomino.
Oh, yeah, he's just answering Jim Rome's saying, didn't Detroit just murder the Nets? No, they won by, what was the score? They
12.
won by 12.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Reggie Jackson went off for 29 points. when he goes off and adds that extra offensive dimension for the Pistons. I mean, we talked about that at the very beginning of the season.
Yeah.
That when he was adding that extra dimension, they would be a dangerous team, and if not, they weren't.
All right. Let me see. What else do we have here? Other comments here. Comments coming in on Mutt B says Portland will cover. Maybe I'll throw on the Dallas team total under at 100. Let's see. Dante Higgs says Clippers beating the Spurs. Someone else said Clippers, no way are they going to beat the Spurs. Let's see. What else do we have here? Let's see what else. Nasli says Chicago Bulls lock. That's interesting. I was thinking about throwing on the team total under there for Charlotte, or maybe both teams there. Nasli, I'm taking my Bulls today. Let's see. Donald Mao says Spurs game over. Interesting. Cody AV says great value on Warriors. Zach Zoblom likes the Nuggets and the over. Nuggets can score a lot at home. Chi-Town Beat Sound says Warriors win tonight. Interesting. Let's see. Tomorino says D'Antoni called out the team last game and Washington defense is inconsistent. I think that's a tough total to bet. He's talking about my lean to the under in the Houston game. Let's see. Other comments here. XV Dynasty says Nuggets -3.5 is the best NBA play. Indiana's actually been kind of decent ATS recently.
They've been great.
Cody
They're about
AV
to sweep that Western run.
Yeah, Cody AV says, what y'all think about the Raptors -110? We'll talk about that in a second for sure. Mutt B says the OKC game goes over. That's not nice to hear. Jim and I took the under. The line has moved against us. That's not cool. That's not good. Let's see. Zigman says only play for me in NBA is Chicago Charlotte under 216.5. Okay, I like the under on that one too. All right, Jim, what else do you like in an NBA?
I hear everybody coming in on the Warriors, and I don't think I'm taking the Thunder. It's just 4.5 points. Yes. Warriors have nothing to do but prepare for the postseason. Secured the number 2 spot. You touched on that in the early show. Curry's going to miss his 6th straight game. McCaw is out with the lumbar spine contusion. Omer Caspi, ankle sprain. Sean Livingston out for personal reasons. That's a big loss there. Iguodala, knee soreness, out as well. Kevin Looney, flu, out. So Durant and Thompson are going to play. Who are they going to play with? Quinn Cook, Swaggy P. I just think they're in a tough spot, and there's no reason to play. They're not going to play Durant 38 minutes to try and win this game. And then Scotty Rock forever, man. If anybody knows his team, it's the Warriors.
Yeah.
And Scotty
What
knows.
does he say?
He says, I'm riding with you, Jimmy. Too many players out. All in says the Thunder will cover. Play of the day.
Wow.
Thunder coming off a 109-104 win at New Orleans. They need to win this one badly. The Thunder are in 5th place in the West, a half game behind the Spurs for number 4, a half game ahead of the Jazz for number 5. The Denver Nuggets sitting just out of a playoff, are just 2.5 games behind the Thunder. This is a completely healthy group other than Roberson, and I just feel like Golden State has no reason to expend too much effort to win this game.
Okay, Jim, you could have 4 -110 at the Greek or 4.5 + 105 at Pinnacle. Which would you prefer?
I would prefer the -4.
All right, -4, -110. That's the current line at the Greek, and you're also on the under with me. You still feel okay about that one, even though the line's moved against us?
Yes, and I took it about 45 minutes ago at 221.5.
Nice job there, Jimmy the Bag. All right, I don't even know where to start. Let's move to the Clippers game. Line has moved strongly in San Antonio's favor, right? Despite the fact that the Clippers are a team with some good character, coming off of 2 losses, right?
Yeah.
Why is someone out for the Clippers, or is that just money? I mean, I know the Spurs have been playing better recently, but they're on the road now.
When I looked at it, I thought it was just money. Because I was trying to research, seeing if there are any injuries. We know that Gallinari's been back and not playing well. 2 games he's been back, shot 4 for 15 from the field. He is saying all the right things about stepping up, how they need to win 5 straight. Austin Rivers followed up that terrible game against the Blazers, 18.7 assists. I just think people are believing the Spurs team is coming together at the right time.
And what do you think, Jim?
I am very uncomfortable with this game. Yes, you touched it when you said that the Clippers have a ton of heart and the Spurs are coming together. You put those together, and I just think it's a very tough spot. Spurs, impressive 183 win over the Rockets, won 8-10. Rudy Gay scored 21 points. His first 20-point game since coming back from the heel injury. But the Spurs are just 14-24 on the road. Now, they often coaches their road games differently in the last 10 games of the year. When they have something to play for. This is a tough spot.
All right, Tyler Martinez says, Lee, I was thinking about taking a stab at the Bulls too. Tomorio says, betting the Spurs on the road has been a loser all year and they're off a huge win. Clippers haven't been the same without Teodosic, but I lean Clippers.
Yes, Teodosic is undervalued. A very good player, a great distributor, smart, very few turnovers.
Mally Mal saying under. I think he's referring to the Clippers game, but someone else a few comments back was just suggesting over on this one. King Rail says OKC best bet. Unfortunately, Desi Lathan says OKC all day. Norm L says OKC by 10 plus. Wow, okay. Wow. And Goose, Goose says, looks like Jim will be in another shitty mood tomorrow when the Thunder doesn't cover.
Oh, well, at least I'll have a bed to sleep in, Goose.
Oh, ouch. That was a shot. All In says the Thunder will cover play of the day. So basically, every commenter agreeing with Jim. So basically, everyone on one side on OKC, Goose on the other side. Which side do you want to be on, folks?
Man,
Make your choice.
I'll be on the side where people have homes.
This is like red pill, blue pill decision here, right? Everyone, including Jimmy the Bag, on one side, Goose on the other side.
But Goose did have a play of the day earlier that we just paid no attention to.
What was that?
I don't know. I can't even.
Yep, there's
it.
Goose's play. Golden State plus 4.5 takes this shit.
No. He has a play of the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that he put all his recycling on. Yeah, I believe it was the. Was it Nuggets -3?
Donald Mao says Kawhi Leonard is playing for the Clippers tonight. LOL. Nice one, Donald Mao. Wow. Donald Mao says Spurs on the road tends to go over. I was thinking about that one as well. The over or the Clippers team total over. What do you think, Jim?
I'm uncomfortable with this game, man. They just when you talked about the heart of the Clippers, they have to win out, and then the Spurs team coming together. So yeah, I guess if I was going to make a move, what would we get? I did look at this total too quite a bit earlier. What is it now?
We can come back to it because we do want to get to the 7 o'clock MLB games, Jim. Are there any? I'm going to pass on it for now. Are there any other NBA picks that you want to get in before? We'll come back to NBA after we get to MLB. But anything else you want to add in there, Jim?
Yes. Now this burnt me the last time I did it when I took a big favorite, but I'm doing it again, and I haven't done it very much this year, but I just feel like with all the injuries the Lakers have, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Isaiah Thomas, all these guards out, this Alex Caruso and Tyler Ennis combination is not enough. I think the Jazz smash them.
All right. I was thinking about the under in this one. Why is the total so high and headed up? I don't get it.
What is the number at?
209.5.
Yeah, that's, I mean, and you're right. The Jazz just put up 121 points on a Minnesota team that plays no defense. Donovan Mitchell has a Maverick rookie record, 9 straight 20-point games. Dante Exum has come back from this shoulder surgery looking incredible, 21 points, 8 for 10 shooting last game, and averaging 17.5 points on 75% shooting in just 22 minutes during the last 3-game winning streak. He's added another dimension to this team. I guess the Jazz are lighting teams up. But I'm just going to stick with the Jazz full game. Okay, a lot of people agreeing with you here, Jim. I'm going to give you, let's see, Utah. Let's see, Heritage, a few other plays, -11, -110. Jim's going to take Utah. I could see that half point mattering. Utah, -11, -110. That is the line. Mr. Gokster's on the Jazz first half. Molly Mall's on the Jazz
on the over. Okay, yeah. There you go. Al Cervix says, God, the NBA is a dumpster fire. The entire NBA. I hear you. Teddy B says, sorry I'm late, guys. Spurs, the lock of the year. Loshak and The Bag. Teddy
lock
B
of
says
the year?
Spurs, lock of the year. Well, I mean, that is how there's been a notable move. Went from Spurs +1 or 1.5 to Spurs -1 or 1.5. It's a pretty telling line move
Teddy
there.
was saying this yesterday about Villanova.
Oh, was he?
Oh, yeah, he was all over Villanova.
Wow. Bart Nelson like Sacramento Phoenix under. I was thinking about that one as well. Let's see. Let's. Are there any other picks you want to give in? Because I do want to get to MLB.
Those are the ones that I wanted to give.
All right, so we'll come back to NBA after we hit MLB. Now let's move on to MLB. Let's see. What do we have here for MLB? I did wind up looking at the nighttime games. A couple plays I'm thinking about giving. I think I'm going to give the Texas-Oakland second half under. Once again, I cashed that in the last game. I didn't have to. I mentioned it. I was like, if the Texas team total had been 4.5 -130, where I bet it, I would have given that one. But I didn't. It was 4 at plus money, and of course that one cashed easily. I think I'm going to give the White Sox second half at plus 110 as an official pick as well. I'm kind of liking that one, and I don't know, the Houston-Baltimore game is interesting, and I'm also thinking about taking Arizona on the money line, Jim. I know you like the Dodgers tonight, but I kind of like Godley. I don't know about this Clayton Kershaw, dude. Velocity's down a little bit. Back issues in his past. I don't know about this Clayton Kershaw, dude. Jimmy the Bag. I'm thinking about taking Arizona here. What do you think, Jim?
Well, you know what I feel about that game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've already broke that game down, but I can go back to it. I do have 3 plays I'd like to add in some of the games you just mentioned. So,
all right. Well, let's start with the 7 o'clock game just so we can get to them. White Sox, Toronto, Gonzalez against Happ. Obviously, Happ is, okay. Probably in the decline, definitely in the decline. Gonzalez pretty much sucks, but I definitely would be leaning White Sox here on the full game at plus 169 or whatever, and I'm definitely going to give the White Sox on the second half at plus 110. I bet that one, and I might give the White Sox on the money line as well. This is 7 o'clock game. You have a play on this one, Jim?
I don't. This is a uncomfortable spot just because the White Sox destroy left-handed hitting, left-hand pitching, last year, and now their lineup's better this year. Another year older for some of these kids. White Sox are 5-0-1 in the season series between these teams over the past 6 seasons. They just have the Jays number. They're 27-16 during that span. 14-7 at the Rogers Center. Jays got off to a good start this year. They're winning close games. They've won 3 games in a row, all after falling behind. Gonzalez 2-0 with a 5.40 ERA, 1.80 WHIP in 4 spring training starts. But he's one of those vets that you really can't judge from his spring training. He's always played well against the Jays. 7-4, 3.63 ERA, 3.42 ERA in 9 career outings at the Rogers Center. Happ is somebody that I will trust moving forward. Not to dominate, but just to keep me in games.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And the White Sox just hit lefties so hard I'm off this game.
Well, yeah. So you don't like it because you don't trust Gonzalez at all. What's your take on the Blue Jays in general? A team I feel like they're a team that's fadeable right now.
I feel very much like they're a team that's fadeable, and winning these very close games shows the character of a team on a downward slope to me.
All right. Well, I'm definitely going to throw on the. Let me just find the second half here. White Sox second half plus 110, and before this show is out, I might throw on the White Sox -1. Which will be a big money line. I did the same shit with the White Sox in their last game at Toronto. I had them -1. I had them second half, and both of them lost. But
Tomor says Happ has been horrible against right-handed hitters going back to last year, and he's 35. I think he's overvalued here. Chi-Town beatdown says Southside doing it big.
Yeah. All right, Jim. What else do you want to give us, Jim?
Okay, sweet.
First let's get to, is you have a play on Philly Mets? That's the other 7 o'clock game.
Yes, I have 2 plays on it that I put in on the morning show.
Yes, that's right. In the morning show, 7 o'clock game, Jim gave the Philly team total over 4 plus 124, and he also gave the Philly money line plus 112, and that line is right where it was in the morning show. All right, so those are the 7 o'clock games. I've added White Sox second half plus 110. I think I might add a -1 here as well. Jim's going to pass on that one. The Philly Mets game, Jim did give the Mets a Philly team total over 4 plus 124 and the Philly money line plus 112. And in the Cubs Cincinnati game, which has already started, Jim also had the first half and full game over on that one, right, Jim?
Yes. An alert Eddie says, I'm from Toronto. I will be fading the Jays when they face good teams, but I guess he's not counting the White Sox as a good team. I feel like by taking the White Sox quite a bit early in the season, we might be ahead of the market.
Yeah, but also, fading. But he's going to take him fading them when they're playing good teams. How about when they're playing shitty teams as a big favorite? You know what I'm saying? I mean, should they be? This is one of these situations to be this big of a favorite against anyone, Jim? Maybe not.
I agree. They shouldn't be. Mutt Beast says White Sox will cash.
Really? Okay. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for it again. I'm going to take the White Sox -1, Jim. I'm going to get a big line here. I'm going to figure out what that line is. While I go for that, why don't you take a look at the 7:30 games? Washington, Atlanta, St. Louis, Milwaukee. Do you have a play on either or both of those, Jim?
No. Washington, Atlanta, AJ Cole, Julio Teheran. Teheran finished the season at Atlanta's new ballpark with that terrible record. We talked about it in great length opening day because I think you can just put a line through that. And I listened to a bunch of his interviews, and he spoke very maturely about what has gone on in his young career. And he's got a ton of mileage, which I don't think is too bad at this point in his career. But I do think that he will pitch well moving forward. Tehran had a great spring, 4-0, 1.40 ERA, 0.97 whip, 3.86 ERA in 18 starts against the Nationals. I just feel like the Nationals are a tricky team to fade right now. 4-0 for the first time in team history. A.J. Cole did not look great in spring, 4.85 ERA, 1.62 whip. Made his major league debut versus these Braves, and they lit him up. 5 earned runs, 9 runs total in 2 innings. 3.81 ERA in 8 starts and 3 relief appearances for the Nationals last year. Was a much better starter than he was a reliever. And when these experts believe he was capable of holding down this 5th spot in the rotation, I don't feel comfortable fading the Nationals, and they've seen A.J. Cole enough to believe in him. I'm off this game. I trust Tehran moving forward.
All right. In the meantime, we have some comments, and I've got my lines here. I am going to take the White Sox -1, money line part of that, plus 170 at Bet365, and the alternative run line, just plus 268 at Pinnacle. So I'm taking Washington -1. That's going to be a big line there. And we do have Native Queen chiming in on the White Sox game, like in the White Sox. First 5 innings, plus a half, plus 125. Interesting. So Native Queen okay with backing Gonzalez here and liking the money line at plus 185. And I assume she's talking just about the first 5 innings money line because there's no full game plus 185. So Native Queen liking White Sox on the first 5 innings. Interesting. Not the full game.
Very interesting.
That's interesting. I'm taking White Sox. I'm avoiding the first 5 innings just in case Gonzalez shits the bed. I mean, he's bad, but not that. I mean, he's pretty bad, you know. Hap, as I think your read on Hap is ideal. Is perfect. Native Queen probably fading the White Sox here on the first 5 because of Hap's numbers against lefties or against righties, right?
Yeah,
which makes sense.
Yeah. And we know the White Sox, how hard they hit lefties. I don't see why they wouldn't hit them harder this year.
The White Sox really plus 185 on the first 5 innings? Let me find that one. That seems a little.
Flipper 13 saying I'm on the White Sox too.
That seems a little bit. Wow, look at that. Wow, plus 190 at Bookmaker. Shit. Fuck. All right, I'll take that one. I'm going to take that one. I'm going to do it, Jim. I'm going to take the White Sox 3 ways. I'm going to take them first half at plus 190, which is at Bookmaker and Bet Online. So I'm taking them first half, I'm taking them second half, and I'm taking them -1 here, Jim.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't see that as a bad play at all.
Yeah.
DJ 100 Grand saying take the Mets-Phillies game under. So we have someone here who does think that Harvey can get off to a good start. I'll need Harvey to prove it.
I was leaning under as well, and actually I bet the second half under on that one, and I'm going to take that one. I got it at 3.5 -145. Let me see if that one exists. Yes, 3.5 -145. That's the current line at Bookmaker. I'm taking that one. New York Mets, second half under 3.5 -145, and I would agree that the full game under would be a lean for myself as well. All right, Jim, I'm sorry. I was. Did you say you want something in the Washington-Atlanta game?
No.
And then the St. Louis-Milwaukee game.
I think it's a tough spot. I'm staying off of it. I don't try. I still feel like Chase Anderson is going to be a nice spot to fade, but not really here. The question is, what do we expect Luke? Yeah. Is it Luke or Jack? I got to open the season. He was scheduled to open the season in AAA, but with Wainwright's injury, he came up. Looked okay in 5 grapefruit league outings, but I find this as a tough spot. Yes, Chase Anderson looked excellent in the opener. Maybe he's just going to be a great pitcher. He got touched for 4 homers and 15.2 innings in the spring, 5.74 ERA, 1.21 whip. I chose not to pick him in the baseball pool. I felt like last year might have been a bit of a mirage. And then Flaherty had a 0.96 whip, which was impressive in spring. Do you have a play on the Cardinals-Brewers?
On the Cardinals-Brewers, no. Although that line has gone, I had a lean to the Cardinals, and I didn't bet it, and I probably should have because it's now all the way down to -104 at Pinnacle. So I'm assuming someone's out for the Brewers. Yeah, that's got to be that could be money, but that could be someone out for the Brewers. In general, I think Flaherty long term, maybe not this year, but long term, probably has some nice upside. And Anderson, I agree with you, is the guy I'm going to be looking to fade in general going forward. Jimmy the Bag, what else are you liking here, Jim?
I don't know. Sean Robertson says Jack Jimmy the Bag. Is he asking you to rob me?
No, he's saying Jack Flaherty, Jim.
Oh, okay.
Jack Flaherty.
I thought he was asking you just to fucking
first name Jack, last name Flaherty.
Yeah, I have. I don't know why I added Luke in there. The second one. Yes, I have some plays to add.
Okay, what else do you have, Jim?
I'm going to take fade Josh Tomlin, and I'm going to believe, and I could be wrong, but I'm going to and I've been listening to Scotia talk a lot about Garrett Richards. I'm going to expect Garrett Richards to get better each start. And I'm going to take the Angels on the -1.5 line for a big score. Yeah, Pujols looks awful, and we should expect him to be awful moving forward. The Angels have won 3 of 5 at getting nothing from the meat of their lineup. Pujols hitless in 11 at-bats. Calhoun 1 for 16 since opening day, and they're getting a ton from Andrelton Simmons. But I think Tomlin's going to get touched this year. He has that low whip because he doesn't walk anybody, but he allows a ton of hits. 2-2 in his career against Angels, 3.99 ERA. Zach Cozart, 8 for 17 with a home run, 2 doubles, and a triple off him. Calhoun, 5 for 8 against him. Trout, 5 for 9 against him. And then, of course, Pujols hitless against him. Tomlin finished spring training with a strong outing, but I think that Garrett Richards could be very good moving forward. Scotia was saying how he showed some electric stuff at times, and he's still getting lost with his release point. That will improve as he continues to pitch every 5 days. He keeps saying, Scotia says he'll be better next time out. He'll be better next time out. 1-0 in his career against the Indians, 4.4 ERA. Had a nice spring. And Encarnacion hits him hard, but I think this is a nice line. I mentioned this to Swati. He thinks I should be getting more. He thinks plus 150 is not enough. He thinks that could be a plus 180, plus 190 spot.
Let's shop around. Let's see what you can. Let's see what we can give you when you line shop at SBRodds.com. You never know what you're going to find when you line shop at SBRodds.com. And unfortunately, we can't even give you plus 150. We don't use 5 Dimes, which has plus 155 because they have off-market low juice. We can't give you plus 148, Jim.
Wow, that's gone down since I made the bet. Oh, I guess it's gone down in a half hour, 45 minutes. But whatever, that's all good. That's all good.
All right, plus 148, Angels run line, plus 148. Let me see. Let's get to some comments here. A lot of interesting shit, a lot of interesting comments. Mohammed Joma saying, are the Brewers a great play? I don't necessarily think so, but I could see the argument. Let's see. Tomarino says, I like this Angels lineup a lot with Cozart. Richard was much better than the numbers indicated his first start. He had 1 bad late inning. Very nice. Very nice. The 2 late games at 10 o'clock, I did not get a chance to handicap. If I like a play on those, I will definitely tweet it out and add it to my official plays, as I did with the St. Louis team total over recently in NHL, which definitely cashed. Let's see. Alert Eddie says, Indians run line was money last year. They have a great bullpen. Yes, although they did strongly underachieve in the beginning of the year, which is kind of weird, probably mostly fluky, but definitely interesting. Let's see. Tyler Martinez, Indians are one of my top teams. They cover run lines like crazy and have clutch to cover those ATS when down to the wire. Let's see. Elio Rodriguez, St. Louis -1 might be a shot. He could shut them down. Yes, big upside for Flaherty for sure. And a lot of people are tailing that White Sox first 5. Ant-Man D liking White Sox first 5. Bart Nelson likes the under 5 in St. Louis, Milwaukee. Dan Kelly, I took White Sox +1, plus 115. All right, Dan Kelly expecting low volatility, which is something that I normally expect in the Rogers Center. But for this game with the starting pitchers involved, I'm going to bet into higher volatility, and I'm going to take the White Sox -1. We'll see how it goes. Donald Mao might tail the White Sox first 5. A lot of people liking it. Alert Eddie, take the White Sox first half. Jays will get that lucky long ball late in the game. I'm just hoping one of those plays cashes for me, and they win the full game. Flipper 13, guy who's a sharp guy, knows his numbers. I'm on the White Sox too. That's good to see, Jim. You want to jump on this with all of us, Jim? You still have a few minutes. Let's see. What else do we have here? Mutt Beast says Washington wins. Nice. Brooke Jordan likes the Nats over. Okay. Elio Rodriguez says the value's on the White Sox, period. Okay. All right. What else do you want to give? Oh, whoa. Mutt Beast says, I didn't catch this. Mutt Beast, I'm all in on the White Sox. I think he means that metaphorically. I don't think he literally is all in on the White Sox. Mutt Beast, man, a few words, but seems like a man of decent money management, though. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
No, I follow Mutt Beast on Twitter, and I think he's a sharp capper.
Doesn't strike me as a guy who would overbet his edges, so I think he's just metaphorically all in on the White Sox. All right, Jim, what else do you like, Jim?
I am on the Rangers. Obviously, this huge move in the market is... I don't know. Part of me thinks, oh, wow, now I'm getting so much value. And maybe that's not the right way to look at it. Let's see what Dogtown says. As long as Garrett Richards is healthy, he will give you a quality start. I lean that way but price too high. Only plays New York Mets -117. Harvey must go. Wow. I'm going to fade Kendall Graveman. I've followed this guy a lot. I do not think he's number one starter material. And Camels pitched very well, I thought, against a dangerous Astros offense on opening day, allowing 5 hits, 4 walks, 5 2/3. He limited the Astros to just 3 runs, struck out 7. I think that Hamels can pitch well moving forward. He's pitched well in Oakland, going 2-1 with a 3.38 ERA in 4 appearances. It's Chris Davis, who has 3 home runs and 12 career at-bats against him. Oakland was terrible against lefties last year. 235 with an OPS against 704. And the Rangers aren't getting offense. Beltre's doing nothing. Mazara's doing nothing. Chirinos doing nothing. Odor's doing nothing. Rua, nothing. So that's something concerning. But since getting home runs from Davis and Olsen on opening day, the A's have hit only 2 home runs in the last 4 games, both by Chapman. One was a solo shot. They couldn't beat up on Cologne. Their 3-run total Monday gave them 11 in their first 4 games. Piscotty's done nothing. And Graveman surrendered 3 home runs in 5 innings on opening day. He got hit hard all spring. I just think that... how should I feel about this giant market move? Because to me, my first instinct is, wow, look at this value I'm getting.
Yeah, especially in MLB, a lot of times, when because it's all about these like 10 and 15 cent edges. So a lot of times when the market does move in that, if it moves that far, the value can appear on the other side. When you have a 40 cent move like we're seeing here, a 35 cent move, it's not out of the question that there was value on one side with the opening line and value on the other side with the closing line, Jim.
Interesting. Yeah, I felt good about it, whereas if this was NBA, I'd be certain I was going to lose. And I don't here, so I'm on the Rangers full game.
All right, well, we will give you a nice line here, plus 133. Jim's going to take Texas, plus 133 money line. Plus 133, and I will also take the second half under on this one, 3.5 minus 110. I did take that one yesterday, and I'll take it again today. Second half under 3.5 minus 110 in Texas and Oakland. Let's see, what else do we have here, Jimmy the Bag? Anything else you want to touch on when it comes to MLB?
Yes, I have one more play, but Twadi says, hell yeah, you're getting value, take it. And whenever Twadi is believing in a play, I think that there's a very high chance of it hitting. I am on the Rockies. I'm going to fade Tyson Ross until he proves that what happened to him after the thoracic outlet surgery, because I believe that's the same thing Harvey just went through. Tyson Ross has to prove that he can pitch, and until he does, I will fade him. Now, I'm not certain that Kyle Freeland's going to start the year so strong, so I'm a little concerned. But, man, Ross has fallen off. But he did look pretty good in 15 spring innings, 1.07 whip, 11 K, 6 walks. They're losing Will Myers, unlikely with the triceps injury. And Freeland was very good last year, 11-11, 4.10 ERA, tied for the major league lead in wins by a rookie, ranked 3rd in innings pitched, and 5th in ERA from a rookie. He looked okay in the spring, 4.82 ERA, 1.45 whip. But nobody in the league hits lefties worse than the Padres. Nobody in their numbers are atrocious. 226 batting average last year, 670 OPS. I think Kyle Freeland's going to truly enjoy pitching here in San Diego in comparison to Coors Field. So I dig it. And I'm on the Rockies for sure.
All right, that game I did not look at. The last 2 games I did not look at except for Texas, Oakland. Best line for the Rockies right now would be at Intertops and a few other places, minus 105. Jim's going to take Colorado money line, minus 105. Line shopping very important for a game like this. All right, Jimmy the Bag, and you also like the Dodgers here. I was thinking about taking a shot with Arizona plus 149 at UWager. What do you think, Jim?
I think you're getting value with a pitcher like Godley, but for a pitcher who has one excellent year under their belt, I would like that to be proved. Also, I feel like the Dodgers have had a lot of hard luck, and so I feel like I've almost hedged that bet with the under, because if Arizona wins, they're going to shut down the Dodgers offense.
All right, I'm going to take a shot with it. I am going to throw unofficially Arizona on the money line with Godley fading Kershaw plus 149 at UWager. I am going to take Arizona plus 149. And Jimmy the Bag, you also took Houston on the run line, and you like that one, right, Jim?
I do. I just feel like Verlander is in a zone right now. But I think the key to that game was it should be Bundy pitching. And Showalter moved him back to send, is it Wright Jr., I believe? Send Wright Jr. to the Wolves. And if Bundy was pitching here, I would think totally differently. But they think that Keuchel is the better spot for them. And so I'm quite comfortable with the play. Has there been a line move
in the Houston game? Not too much. Let's see. I mean, just bouncing around just a little bit. I mean, the most recent money on Pinnacle has definitely been coming in on Houston. It opened at minus 245, got bet all the way down to minus 205 in the morning show. Now it's all the way back up to minus 237 at Pinnacle. So strong U-shaped line movement there. Early action on Baltimore, late action on Houston.
Interesting. Twatty is on the Dodgers, Arizona under 7.5. Elio Rodriguez says, I would take the Rockies all day in this spot. Nice. I feel good about the Notre Tota. I'm on the Rockies too, Jimmy. Money line and run line. Freeman is concerning, but Ross is a bad pitcher. I think Freeland. I think he meant Freeland is concerning. Ross is a bad pitcher.
All right, Jimmy the Bag. Anything else you want to get to with MLB? Because we do want to go back to NBA just for a little bit after we wrap up MLB here.
Absolutely. I believe that we've capped every game. If anybody, and I got all my plays in, so if anybody needs to talk about a game, just let us know. But yeah, I'm good.
All right, let me just review all the picks. In the morning show, I gave, what did I give? I gave nothing in MLB. Jim gave a whole ton of picks in the morning show. All right, so I have given here, I'm all in on the White Sox today. White Sox second half plus 110. White Sox first half plus 190. And White Sox minus 1. Dan Kelly likes the White Sox plus 1 at plus money. I also took the Texas Oakland game second half under 3.5 minus 110. I did take Arizona money line plus 149. I'm sure a lot of people will give me some blowback on that, but that's okay. I took the Mets game, second half under 3.5 minus 145, and that's it for me in MLB. Jim has added on Colorado money line minus 105, Texas money line plus 133, Angels run line plus 148, and that's all that he added on in the afternoon show. In the morning, just a ton of stuff here. I don't even know where to start. Houston run line minus 115. What else did you take, Jimmy the Bag? You took Boston run line minus 135, Cincinnati first half over 5 and the full game over 9. What else? The Dodgers run line plus 108. So Jim and I going head-to-head on that one. Jim also took the Dodgers-Arizona game under 7.5, minus 115. Jim also took the Phillies team total over 4 plus 124, and the Phillies money line plus 112, and the San Francisco game first half under, full game under, and the Detroit first half under. Of course, that one is already in the books. Wow, a lot of plays from Jimmy the Bag in MLB. Okay. Exciting day.
I love the quote from, is it Moki or Mochi? I don't know. Moki balls?
Who?
Moki balls?
Moki balls. What the hell are you talking about? I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, Jim.
Man, I used to think Jimmy was a douche when he used to say sleuths all the time. But since him and my boy Loshak joined forces, I fucking love both of you and have been low-key listening to replays.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I do have a way of making people look good in videos, Jim. You know what I'm saying, Jim? People of Jeff Cadillac. People think Jeff Cadillac's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Remember Jeff Cadillac? People, I'm a star maker. I made Jeff Cadillac a star. No, I'm kidding around. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Let's see. Norm L says, damn, that's a lot of plays. You're right. Lou Chase Fox says, hope everyone ends up in the black. Good luck, my friends. Okay, let's move back.
Lou Chase's play of the day was the Astros minus 1.5.
I mean, yeah. We're gonna be in this situation all year long with the Astros, thinking is it a trap to take them at minus 1.5, minus 110, or is it great value? That's gonna be like pretty much every day.
And it's gonna be an easy thing for us to track early in the year. So
yeah.
And I didn't take Verlander's first start.
Right.
And I don't necessarily know if the rest of the pitching staff. I mean, for instance, like Keuchel, I'm not sold on Keuchel right now. Are you?
I haven't even. It's hard to say because he's a soft tosser, but he's great at what he does. In general, yes, I'm sold on him, but not. Yes, the jury's still out on how sold. I agree with you, Jim.
Yeah, I love using soft tosser in all facets of my life. It's a line I use.
Brooke Jordan says, good shit, fellas. Thank you. Shout out to Brooke Jordan. Thank you so much. Shout out to Brooke Jordan. Thank you so much.
And Teddy B says, I know you guys already went over NBA, and this is the second time you mentioned it, and I wanted to talk about it. He says, do you guys not have a play on the Nuggets over 212? Doesn't that seem a little low for the Pacers Nuggets?
And didn't that line get bet down from opener of 216? or something like that. Let me see. Where is that one? Denver. Where is that one? Denver. Yeah. Wow. Opened at 217.5. Now all the way down to 212 or 212.5. I'm not gonna go against that line move. Although we have seen big line moves like that in NBA totals at this point of the year be just totally wrong. But I'm not gonna do it, Jim.
Yeah. Going against line moves has just destroyed me, and I haven't hedged them. Indiana is just playing excellent basketball right now.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and
they are.
With now, I believe, if I go to my notes, I believe Wilson Chandler is going to. I'm not sure if Chandler is going to play. It's not easy to breathe with that nose issue that he's going through. But losing Gary Harris has been such a big spot for them, and they were in such trouble against the Bucks, a team that I don't trust at all. When they were down 18 points with like 7.5 minutes left.
Yes,
it's a tough spot, man.
Jesus Christ. I'm trying to get the basketball team totals. I just clicked on the friggin' Argentina league. This is interesting, though, Jim. I wish I had enough time to handicap other leagues. That would be so much fun. That would be so much friggin' fun. And if we ever get a fucking staff where we can have some research, how fun would that be if we had a research staff to look into that shit and they gave us a report and we analyzed the report and we could just sit here and analyze lines in like the Argentina basketball league, the Czech hockey leagues? How awesome would that be, Jim?
I would like that a lot. I know Max has some very exciting hookups. He's got the Argentinian beach volleyball hookup. I know he's got some other ones, man.
Yes. All right, I'm trying to friggin' find the because I'll tell you why. Because I'm thinking about throwing on the Hawks team total under, Jim, which would be about 98, which is where I bet it. You did look at that game, Jim. What do you think about the Hawks team total under?
Yeah, I looked at that game and I knew you were on it, and my big concern was I'd be totally floored if Whiteside plays 35 to 38 minutes.
Right.
I would be totally shocked. That's just not how Pat Riley handles these situations.
Right. Do you think, though, that Atlanta is capable of getting into the triple digits at a 50% rate in this game like this?
No, I don't. I'd be very surprised to see them get there. Absolutely.
Yes, Ron Fig says I'm available for research. Yeah, Ron Fig, the problem is not people who are available for research. The problem is money available to pay people to do research. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, Jim?
Yeah.
Motherfucker. All right, cheap-ass motherfuckers. All right, let me see. I'm thinking about taking it. I bet it at 98. It's now down to 97 at Heritage, 97.5 minus 118 at Pinnacle. What do you think, Jim?
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely would be surprised to see a Hawks team without Schroeder or Bazemore. I mean, when the whole offense has to go through Torrey and Prince, and the other team knows it now. Like, even against the Magic, all they did was they doubled Torrey and Prince. So he only got 5 points, but he got 8 assists. I think Torrey and Prince is going to be a great player moving forward, but when you don't have Schroeder creating space, they're in a very tough spot.
Isan Zolfagari loving Jeff Cadillac mention, all in caps. Haha, Jeff Cadillac. I wonder what kind of car Jeff Cadillac drives. I bet it's a Honda. It's got to be a Honda. Brooke Jordan says this show's badass. Money's bags. Let's get it. Brooke Jordan, thank you so much. And as usual, a great comment from Tomarino. Tomar handicapping wise. Tomarino says Atlanta has no inside scoring. They just shoot threes, hard to cap.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm a fan of Collins and Dedmon, and but if the problem is if they don't get offense from the 1 and 2, and then they can only get offense from Dedmon and Collins. I mean, that's just not they're gritty guys who fight for loose balls, play good defensively. They're not guys who are going to put up points. So I think you're on the right track for sure.
Dogtown says, great show, gentlemen. Always so much better when I get my Loshak and the Bag fix. Good luck to all. Thank you so much. Lady A says, what the hell? Then you guys would get to sleep. LOL. Lady A, she knows this show. It's so true, Lady A. Lady A, let's see, what else do we have? And then, yeah. All right, I guess I'm gonna hold off. Mohammed Jones says Nuggets look like the best bet in the NBA to me. At home where they play great, the Pacers have been beating bad teams lately. Maybe it is a good time to fade the Pacers after a bunch of eye-popping, better than expected performances. What do you think?
I took a good look at this game, and I don't know. I don't think we did break it down. 5th win in a row. I don't think the Clippers are a bad team. That was an impressive 111-104 win. The thing that's changed with the Pacers, and they were winning games without Oladipo putting up 30.
Yeah.
With Oladipo struggling with his shot, putting up 12 or 13, they can sweep this 4-game Western Conference. They're completely healthy. They have a realistic shot at moving up to the 3rd seed in the next 9 days. And the Nuggets are questionable. Likely not to make the playoffs. No Harris, no Chandler. Yeah, I mean, when you just take a quick look at this and we think about how well the Nuggets play at home, yeah, I can see that. And then Pacers are at the end of a road trip, but I don't trust fading the Pacers at this point.
What do you think about the Mavericks team total under 100, Jim?
Yes, I think that's a really good play. What line would you get on?
100. Is Portland going to clamp down on them defensively?
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the under full game.
Me too.
And so, when Jeremy M gave that score, he had the Mavericks at 99, and that was right on the line. I don't think the Mavericks get to 99 points. Sorry, what line did you say you get?
100. 100.
You get 100 at what? A minus?
Minus 110. Yeah, minus 110.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already on the full game under. Are you on that?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to double up. But yeah, I think that's a good play.
All right, I'll take the Mavs team total. No, you know what? I'm not going to. I'm just going to take the full game under. I don't want to double up on that, but it's definitely a lean there. Mavs team total under. Houston, Washington under 215. You don't like that one, Jim?
It's not that I didn't like it. I feel uncomfortable not knowing. So Chris Paul's back. And then, so I always think Chris Paul will help if you're taking an under. And then John Wall is back. And so I just feel like there's not continuity in the lineups. Will that lead to more defense lower scoring? Probably.
All right, I'm going to take this one just because it is a lean. I know that Tomorino Tomor and some others said don't do it, but I'm going to take this one. 215 minus 110. Under 215 minus 110, line of Bookmaker and Heritage. I am going to throw that one on there. Leans would definitely be Atlanta, Miami under, and the Atlanta team total under. Lean would definitely be Dallas on the team total under. And let's see.
Lou Chase likes your lean, and Lou Chase is a sharp capper for sure.
Which lean does he like?
Just
here?
the one you just dropped, I'm sure. The Houston, Washington under. That's what you just.
Yeah,
played.
I just dropped that one.
What was it at? What
215. 215 minus 110. And I'm also going to throw on the Charlotte team total under 110. Charlotte, team total under 110, minus 110. I'm throwing that one on there. I'm on the full game under on that one as well. Don't quite want to take the Bulls plus 5, although I would definitely have a lean to the Bulls at plus 5. I'm going to take the Charlotte team total under 110, minus 110. That's another play for me there. Definitely lean. The Bulls plus 5 is definitely a lean for me as well. And I guess that's about it, Jim. What's happened? Let's see what's happened with this Golden State total that moved against us. No movement since the beginning of this show.
Good.
All right. And then another lean would have to be Utah Lakers under 209.5. Why is the total so high, Jim? Isn't Marco Rubio going to slow things down?
Yeah, Rubio's going to slow things down.
Not Marco Rubio, Ricky Rubio. Sorry.
Marco's the politician.
Marco Rubio. Jesus Christ. Fucking A, man. Jesus Christ.
Oh, man, he's the politician,
The
right?
fucking politician, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, let's get that game. The Jazz have been lighting teams up, and yes, I don't think that Randall's going to be able to create the same kind of offense he was without any of their guards healthy. So yes, I do think that is a nice spot.
Tomas Cora, Jem. I love you, bros. Love your handicapping, but I'll have to be against you on that Philly game, Jim.
Yeah, but I think more people are against me than are with me on that game. I think a lot of people believe in what they're seeing from the Dark Knight. And we had all those great names for him last year.
Yes.
The Long Night and
Goose.
Night.
Look at this.
Oh,
Goose, usually with jokes and picks and this and that. He says, hey, good luck to everyone. May we all be winners tonight. Then in all caps, best show ever. 5 exclamation points. Goose, thank you so much. Goose lives in guys posting from homeless shelters. Positive comments are what sustain me every day and every night in my dark hours at 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm reading comments from Goose posting from a homeless shelter saying best show ever, Jim.
Nice they have Wi-Fi in homeless shelters these days.
Yes. All right, I guess that's about it. Should we wrap this up, Jim?
I think we should. G-Man says Marco Rubio is the idiot who says global warming is a hoax.
Yes, that's right. And he says a lot of things. I like people who say things are hoaxes. I like the hoaxers on all the school shootings. Have you ever seen videos on that? If you want some entertainment, Jim, watch some videos on the people reporting on the hoaxers. There's like all these people crying about how their kids were shot, and then these guys go up into their face and they're like, "You're lying. Your kids weren't shot." Jesus Christ, Jim.
That's horrifying.
It is horrifying.
That's horrifying.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cast a pall on the end of this show. Here, Jim.
Tomor says Lakers roster's horrible with ball out, but I think Utah will be flat early off the blowout of Minnesota. Not sure anyone plays defense. Interesting.
Yeah.
And the Devils are already up 1-0. I had a lot of people against that play, too, thinking the Devils only win by one game. By one goal.
All right. I guess we can wrap this shit up, Jim, right?
I think we can.
I didn't mean to laugh at the hoaxers. It's just crazy how insane people are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you were laughing at how nuts they were.
Yeah. It's just like the fact that these guys these guys exist. Okay, let's see. Let's just wrap it up. Again, in the NBA, I've added on Charlotte team total under. I've added on the Houston under 215 minus 110. And that's it. That's all that I've added on in the NBA. A lot of leans. We'll see how.
And Risco Pong says, "Did you guys go over Cavs Raptors?" I mean, the game's on now.
Yeah.
No, we should have given that more time. We're just 35 pro games. There was bound to be something that would
skip our attention. But tomorrow, thankfully, only 3 NHL games. A lot less tomorrow. So we'll be back tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern time for the Wednesday show. Thanks so much, everyone, once again.